I don't really feel like I need to introduce probably any of these speakers, certainly not Kishori and Sudevi, but just a couple of quick words before handing over to their beautiful Harikatha. Kishori and Sudevi, both born as devotees, and in my experience with them, they are probably one of the two of the foremost proponents of keeping very clearly and firmly, steadfastly and bravely at times to the teachings and the mood of Srila Gurudev, never deviating to express some errant opinion of their own, but always quoting and re-quoting Srila Gurudev and Parampara, wanting to preserve and spread these teachings. They've been doing so for the last 20 years, year after 21 years, I think. Unbelievable amount of traveling and sacrifice. So I know everyone's excited to hear them rather than me. So I'm going to hand over to them for their Harikatha. Thank you so much, both of you, for agreeing to speak. I know you have a program straight after this, so it's a lot to ask. So much appreciated. Hare Krishna, please.
Thank you very much for inviting us, giving us the opportunity to remember and glorify the beautiful form, qualities, pastimes of our Gurudeva and our Guru Varga. We look forward to every opportunity that we receive for this, and also to help remind ourselves of the grace that they've given us. So before I begin, I'd just like to offer a couple of prayers to Srila Gurudev. Guruve Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tarale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Nandayate Girim Yatrapatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Natarinam. So we've been requested, very thankfully, to share some remembrances of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, of our Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, and our Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. To remember Guru, Vaishnav, and Bhagavan. According to Shastra, this helps us to remove millions of lifetimes worth of anarthas, worth of things which are plaguing our heart, and it brings all auspiciousness. It's just to remember them, what to speak about them, what to speak of, share their glories, what to speak of, follow their instructions. How powerful is it to somehow receive this opportunity? So you've given us this blessing today. And of course, our Srila Gurudev gave us this blessing for every single day. He told us many years before, many years ago, probably now about 15, 16, almost, years before, that even when I am no longer on this sphere, I want that you, and he was pointing to both of us, that we continue to travel and preach his mission everywhere and to inspire his children on his behalf. And so we've received this very beautiful instruction from Srila Gurudev, which also caused us deep reflection, how to inspire on his behalf. It means we have to find what is inspirational within our own hearts, what he has given to us, so that we can share that. He also told us that when he first ordered us to travel and preach, that was in 1999. I was actually on the field out in front of Bodhi Bhavan at Govardhan. He made us into a team, and he said, you three, I want you to travel and preach my mission everywhere. And after Kartik, we went to see him in Mathura, Sri Keshavji Gaudiya Math. And we had books with us. And he said, "What are you still doing here?" We said, "Oh, we're studying so that we can travel and preach, like you told us to." And he said, "What you know now, go and preach." And so that also caused deep reflection within us, because it wasn't about studying and memorizing something, but what we were able to receive, what we were able to process, what sat well within our hearts. He wanted us to share that thing which was alive within us, not just memorized information. What made us excited and inspired. And then later on, many years later, when he wanted us to go to Los Angeles, he used very interesting words to us. He said, "I want you to breathe life into Los Angeles." Breathe life? What does that mean? And so I was really doing research on it. I was crying at Rupa Goswami Samadhi, crying in front of Jiva Goswami Samadhi, praying, how can I follow this order of Gurudev? What does it mean to breathe life? And I was looking in the dictionary, and I came on the word inspiration, and it said to breathe life. And then I was reflecting upon the teachings of our Gurudev and our Acharyas. And they said, only one who has life can give life. And so from that time, I've been praying to Gurudev, I've been praying to the Vaishnavas, somehow or other, that life should manifest in me. I do get very excited, but real life should manifest in my heart. And this brings me back to one of my very first interactions with Srila Gurudev, when he came in 1996 to America, to the US. At that time, I was working in Seattle, Washington State. And he had me lead a kirtan. I led Gauranga Balita Habib Bulaka Sharir, and I knew all of the change-ups because I had been listening to his cassettes of his kirtans, thinking that's real kirtan. One day I want to learn kirtan from him. Little did I know that he would be teaching me not only singing kirtan, but also speaking kirtan, means the katha which he has given. But after I led this kirtan, he asked me, "Do you know the difference between kirtan and sangeet?" And I said, "No." I didn't even know what the word sangeet meant. And he said, "Sangeet is technical ability." And then he actually sang through the scale. Sa re ga ma pa do ni sa. He said, Sangeet is technical ability. He said, but kirtan is transcendental sound vibration, descending from Goloka Vrindavan into your heart. He said, after you receive Harinam, then your kirtan will become potent. And then later on, he gave me Harinam. And I was reflecting, well, my heart is still full of so many anarthas, and how can my kirtan be potent? Because anarthas are plaguing lust, greed, madness, envy, pride, and everything else. That means I have not yet received Harinam. Although he has placed Krishna's name in my heart, I have not found him yet. So I asked him one day in San Diego, Gurudev, you've told us that we should go everywhere and tell everyone about Krishna. Sing about Krishna, tell people about Krishna's pastimes and glories. But what benefit will others get by hearing my chanting or glorification of Krishna? My heart is plagued with so many anarthas. He said, oh, some Shakti will be there. Some Shakti is there because you are under guidance. And so many, many times, again and again and again, Srila Gurudev stressed the importance of remaining very carefully under the guidance of Sri Guru and not deviating at all from the teachings and instructions. We may have our own personal weaknesses, but what we share, what we represent, should be what we have received. It's a given that conditioned souls are weak. We have the tendency to make mistakes, to come under illusion, maybe even to cheat others. But when it comes to the teachings of Sri Guru and our Guru Varga, to hold tightly to those instructions and share them as it is. This was a very, very powerful instruction that our Srila Gurudev gave to us. And so we've been endeavoring to follow that as much as possible every day, all the way through all of these years. Yashodananda Prabhu introduced us in a way that made me feel very, very, very small, because he was saying they don't deviate, they hold tightly. And I, my own self, I have so much weakness, but I pray to Srila Gurudev. I pray to Srila Prabhupada, I pray to Srila Vidyam Bharati Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, all of our Guru Varga, and also those senior Vaishnavas, and I'm going to use this term very clearly, who are holding tightly to their lotus feet, that may they help me to be able to serve my Gurudev in a way that is pleasing to him, in a way that is as honest as humanly possible, and in a way that will actually truly purify my heart.